We go. Okay. Oh, let's get that out of the way. There we go. So good evening, and you're really welcome to Social Media for Shiatsu Practitioners. So I am Joanne Faulkner, and I'm a Shiatsu practitioner in Ireland, and I am the European Shiatsu Federation rep for Ireland. And as part of the Shiatsu Without Borders month, we really wanted to give everybody as much support as possible for us to share our wonderful practice of shiatsu. And so I said that I would offer a workshop with just what I know to share with everybody else, to give you a little bit of backup with social media. So you can see what I do. This is me on a different hair day. I've got 2 books and I run retreats, and also obviously I practiced shiatsu, and I have a membership platform which does qigong. And how social media worked for me, let me see if I can move that. No. So in 2020 I just launched my 2nd book, and COVID came. My practice had to close, just like you all. Practice had to close. I had no access to my regular income stream. I had a whole book tour planned for my new book. No, it's all gone. And I had always struggled with social media. I'd never really liked it. On my vision board, I would always have that I had a virtual assistant, that they did the social media for me. But COVID came, and pow, Joe, what are you going to do? How are you going to stay connected to your clients? That was my motivation to start a Facebook Live every morning. And every morning I went on live at 8:30 every morning. Don't know who was going to show up. That wasn't the point. It was really to keep in contact with my clients. As I'm sure all of you had that kind of same twist when COVID came. How do you stay in touch with your clients when actually you have no physical clinic and you have no opportunity to actually physically meet them? So actually out of Facebook Live grew a whole community, and I was forced to go much more onto social media. But I have to say forced, it was kind of, it had its own flow to it. And I just really went with the flow of it, and I embraced it. And my shiatsu practice has grown in every way. So I'm booked out completely till the end of June. My retreats are always booked out. And I have a Chi Flow with Joe membership platform that has over 350 people. And none of that really existed before COVID and before I went and embraced social media. And I did find also with COVID and social media, I felt more connected to shiatsu practitioners. There was much more with the Everything Shiatsu podcast. There was much more communication and connection with other shiatsu practitioners. And I really embraced that. And now I have to say, my shiatsu practice was always my main source of income. That was what I did for a living. But since embracing social media, I don't have any of those worries that would actually be part of determining where my work was going. I just don't have that now. Social media brings me more of an income than I could ever have dreamt of doing shiatsu. And with focused effort, which hopefully I'm going to show you here tonight, I can help people find me. That's my intention, is that people find me. Not that I chase them, they find me. And as we all know, energy, it's like money, so spend it really smartly. I find that before I got the hang of social media, it was exhausting because I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing this here, there, and everywhere. So now I spend my energy smartly. And it's all just like shiatsu. It's all about connection and balance. Social media can, for me, get very overwhelming at times. It can take up a lot of my time. And then I have to be just the same as with my practice, careful not to burn out. It's just another aspect of really making me be centered in my own practice in social media, just the same as I'm centered in my practice in shiatsu, so as not to burn out. You find your flow with it. So hopefully I'm going to give you pointers, but really find your flow, but keep checking into yourself. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? Maybe what's pressing your buttons, and how comfortable are you about being seen, how you're perceived? These are all aspects to work on personal development. And that's how I see social media. It's just another way of me developing and growing. And please remember that this evening, I am a shiatsu practitioner. I am not a social media guru. So I'm slightly out of my comfort zone giving this workshop, but hopefully I'm going to share what I love about social media, and that might inspire you to share your practice over the month of June, which is Shiatsu Without Borders month. And in this way, really spread it out to help people socially connect with Shiatsu, help mental health, all of these aspects through Shiatsu Without Borders. We really want to share our practice. So here we go. What do I mean by social media? Well, first of all, like I said, it's part of a personal development practice. I use social media as a personal development practice about getting clear about who I am and what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for, getting really clear in my own practice. You want to attract the client to you rather than you chase it down. And in my experience, if you're really clear about who you are, you emanate that at a vibrational level and you attract the people then that want to work with you. I know my demographic. My demographic is pretty much women over 45, between 45 and 75. That's my demographic. That's who I'm comfortable working with, because that's who I am. I'm 55 and I'm a woman. So that's who I am, and I can connect and talk with my audience very authentically, because that's what it is. It's being authentic, who you really are. You're not trying to be somebody different on screen. You're really, but to be who you are on screen, you have to get really clear about who you are and what you're doing with shiatsu. And when you specialize, it doesn't mean to say that you're excluding. Like at the moment, this is my demographic. But perhaps in 5 years' time, I may feel a bent to work with men who are 55 to 75. But at the moment, I'm really clear about what my demographic is, who I am best at working with, what is easy for you. That's the thing to look for. Yes, you can have vision. Yes, you can do, but what is easy for you? So let's make social media easy. And it means about being clear about how wonderful you are and how amazing what you do is. You're doing what you want, not what you want, not what they want you to do. So this is just a slight flip around with social media. I think the exhaustion can often come because we think we're trying to second guess what people want, rather than kind of going, oh, you know, I worked with somebody last week and they needed this point and that was really good and it really worked for them. I'd like to share that information. So you're really authentic, you're really clear, and you know what it is you want to share. So really, as part of this, even though I'm going to give you lots of tips and I'm going to give you some structure for social media, the first thing you need to do, which I can't do for you, is work out, what do you do? And yes, we all do shiatsu, but you tend to find certain clients will find you more and more and more. It's just your way of communicating. What do you do and who do you do it for? Work out what your niche is. Work out who you're talking to. Because actually it's quite good if you even kind of give them a name. So when I make videos, I almost have somebody in mind that I'm making it for. I'm not making it for a big mass. I might be making it for a client that I had last week. I might be making it for even somebody that I've seen on telly that I've thought, oh, that person, they're having this experience, and oh, that shiatsu would be good for them like that. And I kind of go, oh, I think I might want to share that. So work out what is content for, work out who you're talking to, even give them a name, work out what age they are, get your ideal client, and your ideal client is who it is the easiest for you to work with. Don't worry about numbers. Yes, numbers are very good, and it's called vanity metrics, and we all get 10,000 followers, and isn't that great? But it really doesn't matter. You can have, what is great about social media is if you've got 200 followers, brilliant. Can you imagine 200 people being in a room listening to what you had to say? You know, where did we have that before social media? We'd have to rent church halls. We'd have to go and have a holistic center in town. Getting 200 people to come and listen to a talk, massive. That would be a massive undertaking. On social media, it's really easy. 200 followers, fantastic. They are your niche. That's who you're speaking to. So don't worry about building numbers. Be authentic, be who you are, and they will find you. Oh, we got 2 bullet points at once. You're looking to connect with your ideal customer. Who can you help the most? Who do you work the best with? So that's kind of thing of what's the easiest for you? What is your easiest treatment? Who is the easiest for you to work with? And that is who you make the content for. Start with what is really easy. And my second bullet point there is really to make the social media, if you like, it's a spiritual practice. You can turn this into a real kind of practice because you're making manifest something that you love. So this love is the spirit. It's intangible. It's the she, it's the shen. But you are actually making that manifest in your social media. So see it like that. Don't see it as something that's kind of like almost like icky or something that like just has to be done. I don't like it. Or treat it as something that's lovely, that you are making something really lovely into the world, and the world is a better place for what you've shared. What is your objective? What do you want people to do? So often I see posts and it's a great post. I love the image, I read the text, and then I'm like, well, I want to visit this person's website. I'll give you an example. I was on this afternoon and there was a company that had, and I love spa breaks. Okay, I love going on spa breaks. And this company had won an eco award for the best spa. And I was like, oh, who are they? Let's visit their website. No. So they'd won an award. They had a picture of the award. They had lovely text, no link. I couldn't find them unless I really clicked on their picture and went into their whole profile, You have to make it easy for people. So what do you want them to do? What do you want your people to do? Do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to book a treatment? Do you want to capture their emails? There's lots of different ways that people will interact with you on social media. And it's said that they need to see your stuff in 7 different ways. I don't know who made that number up, but 7 different ways, you know? So that might mean that they see a post, maybe they see a video, and they actually, what is really good is if you can capture their emails, you're then on an email list. And if you want somebody, if we're talking money and we're talking conversion of people into giving you money, it's from an email list that generally people buy from. Not, people generally don't buy from social media. What they do is they visit your website, or they maybe message you. They begin a conversation. And that's what social media is really brilliant for, is beginning that conversation. If you want to click capture, what does that mean? That means that you get people to put an email into your email list. And that's a really great way to build community. So I think I have like 6,500 people on my email list, and they get an email every week with maybe a recipe or a tip of the day, maybe a point, something that I've done on social media. I'll put that in there to keep them in a kind of community, because you've got to get them to know, like, and trust. And remember, that's what your social media is about. It's about building a relationship. They're not going to suddenly part with their hard-earned money if they have no idea who you are, no matter how pretty the picture of the cat is that you're sharing on social media. So there's different ways that you can do that. You can download a freebie. So you might see some of mine that might be like an ebook. You know, go to my website, they put in their email, and then I send them the ebook to their email, and then I have their email should I want them to know about anything else I'm doing, like retreats or doors open for chi flow. Book a treatment. Again, they're probably going to visit your website, or maybe you put message me here. You do something. What is your objective? Get really clear about your objective. Don't just be randomly posting. What I'm here to do is give you some kind of clarity. So thinking about your end game, make sure, so before you even begin the post, you work out what it is you want to share, but also why do you want to share it? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to learn more? Do you want them to visit your website? So make sure all the information and the links are in place before creating the content. Because if you are sending people to your website and your website isn't working, they're probably not going to go there twice. So you need to have everything in place before you post. Think of your end game first. Get still, get quiet. Who have you helped recently, and who would you like to help? What are their problems and what are their desires? What I often find is if in my clinic, I will always ask people, if I had a magic wand, what would you like? That will be my final question after asking them, you know, have they any broken bones? Are they taking any medication? And they might tell me about their diet, and we have a structure of questions, but the end question will always be, if I had a magic wand, what would you most want? And that is what will tell them, well, you know, I'd really like to sleep better. Sometimes they come in with something left field they haven't talked about the whole time, and then all of a sudden they'll be saying, I want to improve my relationship with my children. No, I want to sleep better. People will always have a desire, and what your social media is going to do is it's going to meet their desire. It's going to solve their problem. I worry about, I'd like to feel, all of these things. So create content that solves their problems and guides them to their dreams, so that you feel that your content is worthwhile. It's making a difference on social media. So do this. So the structure that I'm going to be talking tonight about is, you need a call to action. You're going to solve a problem that's going to give a desired outcome. So that is the structure you really want to remember, and we're going to be covering it more in the next slide. Talk and share your transformations. Do a bit of testimonials. Ask for reviews. Ask what helps people. Talk to maybe you've got a good client and you can really talk to them, and you can say, how has shiatsu really helped you? You might find out things that you didn't realize were actually having an impact. And if you can gather those together in testimonials, and always have a big document that you can just keep on adding your testimonials into, and you can make posts with those testimonials. That backs up your credentials, because remember, they have to know you, they have to like you, they have to, and I don't mean like as in a way of they have to kind of really connect with what you're saying, and they have to trust you. So that trust aspect is you going to be showing them actually how it has helped people in the past. So here's the examples of the end. Sign up now is the call to action, so that you receive your Zoom link. This is what you did for this workshop. I did social media posts that said, go to this website. That was your call to action to receive your Zoom link for the free social media class. That was your problem solving. You wanted help with social media so that you can share in the shiatsu in June. That was your desired outcome. Okay, so that was your process about coming here. That was the structure that I used to get your email, and now you're here, problem solving, so that then you can go out and share shiatsu into the world. Let's give you another example. So if you were doing this, book a shiatsu today, that's your call to action to reduce your pain. That's your problem solving. If you're connecting with people who are in pain so that you feel well every day, that is their desired outcome. So that's the structure I want you to think of all the time when you're posting. What's the call to action? What's the problem I'm solving? And what is their desired outcome? So here's another one. Use this point. Use heart 7. Oh, look, to improve your sleep. So that's your call to action. I want them to actually try a point to problem solve so that you wake up feeling refreshed and rested. Okay, so that's the call to action. Now, I'd also have a link if you'd like to learn more about acupressure, visit my website, or book a shiatsu today. Always a call to action. But these are the structure that I think is really helpful to know when doing social media, because otherwise it can be really quite overwhelming. But if you've got a structure to follow, a beginning, a middle, and an end, your call to action, your problem solving, your desired outcome. That is your structure for building a post, because it does not have to be about selling. We do not have to make this sell, sell, sell. But people will want to buy what you're offering if you can tell them what it can do for them. Because even though I say you need to have the trust, you need to know that people can trust you, they're not really interested in who you are. They're really interested in what you can do for them. So a hook. What is a hook? The hook is the beginning of anything you create, because pretty much you've got 2 to 3 seconds to capture the attention of your audience. You've got 2 to 3 seconds to stop people scrolling, to watch your video, whatever it is. So you need a good hook, and the hook has to be in there in the first 2 or 3 seconds. Like I said, people generally don't care who you are. They want to know what you can do for them. So before you plan out your social media, start with the hooks, and the hook is the problem that you're solving. So this is the time to get quiet. This is the time to get quiet and work out, what problem am I solving? So for example, I've given here Mary. So I'll give an example. Mary came to me last week. This is an example, it's not real. Mary came to me last week with painful periods or insomnia. I helped her with these things. So maybe there's more people out there that would like help with insomnia or painful periods. So go search the question Mary would ask Google. So right now I'm going to stop the share, and I am going to go to I was going to go to Google. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so here we go. So I've got 2 browsers open. Let's go to this. So for example, Mary has got painful periods. So painful periods with shiatsu. Okay, so we go to here and we get that first blurb. That's fine. But what you want to do is you want to scroll down to these questions. Okay, so these are the questions that people ask Google. These questions here are the top questions that have been asked into Google. And so what I want you to do with this is press this and press this. And can you see that they begin to expand all the time? If I press up and down, it will begin to expand. So what you're doing by doing this is you are beginning to really understand your client. You're beginning to understand what people who have painful periods are asking Google. So why can't you massage? So there's one. No, that's not really inspirational. Is there a pressure point for period pain? And it's like, oh, people are interested. Like, I don't need to see the answers. What I'm interested in is the questions, because I'm tapping in, I'm tuning in, and I'm connecting with my perfect client, somebody who has painful periods, and I'm listening to the question that she's asking. She's asking, is there a pressure point for period pain? Can a massager help with period cramps? Is a massage bad for menstrual flow? So these are the questions that you could answer in a post. So for example, is there a pressure point? Oh, yes, there is. There's a few pressure points. Okay, so I could actually do a little reel, a video on a pressure point for periods. So I could do this also with sleep. So we go, can shiatsu help with sleep? Okay, so you can see here, I've got the first here, but you can see here, people also ask. Again, these are Google's top questions. And if you click here and back up, it will expand and it will show you more and more and more questions. Okay, and it's like, what body part should I massage? Oh, well, maybe I'll talk to them a little bit about the whole heart meridian. Maybe I'll show a Qigong move for the heart meridian. You know, it doesn't have to always be a point. What's the pressure point on your neck to put someone to sleep? So you might want to talk about neck. You're really answering their questions here. Okay. So now let's go back to our presentation. Trying to be too smart. There I am. There, let's go there. There we go. So there we go. We've gone and searched the question that Mary would ask Google, and let Google expand your client's mind and keep opening those questions. Keep connecting into your client and hearing the questions that they ask so that you're not trying to second guess. Google is helping you do that. This is what people are asking. So help them by giving them the answer. Listen to the questions and give them the answer with your social media post. So let's create a post. So here, if hopefully you have downloaded your 3 images, your 3 media pack. So one of your media pack will have a square image. Well, it won't have, I think it's got 8 square images. The other media pack has got the vertical images, and the other media pack has got the horizontal images. So these square images are perfect for Instagram and Facebook posts. So this is us creating a Facebook post. So we have John. John can't sleep, right? So you've had John in the last week. He's been your client and he couldn't sleep. So what would he ask Google? So we go ask Google and get inspired. So we just did that. So we ask, do you have trouble sleeping? Using shiatsu and self-shiatsu helps relax the body and prepare it for sleep so that you can sleep a whole night through, feeling refreshed and energized when waking. So do you see what that structure is? Do you have trouble sleeping? That's your hook. So that's your hook for the people who have trouble sleeping. Then we move on to problem solving. Using shiatsu and self-shiatsu, it helps relax the body. That's your problem solving. You're solving the problem with shiatsu by saying that it relaxes the body so you can sleep a whole night. That's solving the problem. And then you give them the desired outcome. Because yes, John can't sleep, but his desired outcome is that he wants to feel fully refreshed after a night's sleep. So do you get that? Those three things that I said, the hook, forget what they are. There is the hook. It is the problem solving, the pain point, the problem that you're solving, and then the desired outcome. So always those three things in a post. And it just comes with practice. Once you've done these posts like about 10 times, you'll be like, I can do a post super quick, super easy, that's going to help people, that's going to connect me to people, and that's going to be worthwhile me spending my energy doing it. If you'd like to, and here at the end, you've got your call to action. Always, always, always your call to action. If you'd like to know more about how shiatsu could help you sleep better and feel well, message me for a free discovery call. So can you see in here, help you sleep better? That's your problem. Feel well? That is your desired outcome. Message me, call to action. All right, so you've got those three things. That is what your post should be structured like. What do you want them to do? What is it you want to make your call to actions really, really simple? Don't make them search. Scrolling people are often zoned out. They're just zoned. So you want to make it really easy for people. It's like, oh, that's got my attention. Click a link. Make it super easy. Be very, very clear. Believe me, you think sometimes you're being really clear and you can still get emails and messages going, where's the link? So be super, super clear with your links. Sprinkle in the call to action at the beginning of a video. So sometimes you might see, if you've seen my videos, you'll see, do you have problems sleeping? I'm going to show you an acupressure point for sleep. I'm Joanne Faulkner. I'm a shiatsu practitioner specializing in the energy of Chinese food, and I'm going to show you a point. So there you have got your call to, oh no, you've got your know, like, and trust. And then your call to action. I usually in the video will put, link to free class. That's a favorite one of mine. Link to free class in the bio or whatever it is. So don't feel like you have to put the call to action at the end of your post, especially if it's a video. You want the call to action, if it's a video, to go within the first 5 seconds. Now it can be a typed section in the video, so you can don't feel you have to put the call to action at the end. It's very good in a post sometimes to have it at the end, but sometimes I can put it in the first or second line as well. But make sure there's a call to action. Don't make your customer search. So the classic structure, as I've called it, is ask a question, they need answering. So always at the beginning of you might see my posts, they'll always begin with a question that they need answering. So I'm instantly connecting with people who want that question answering. Tell them why you're qualified to answer. I'm blah de blah and I specialize in blah de blah. I've been practicing I've had thousands of clients with this problem. Give them some idea of why you're qualified to answer. I have a clinic that has been open for 5 years treating this kind of thing. Tell them why. Give them the solution. Don't leave them hanging on. Give them the solution. Tell them how they'll feel after they use the solution. What will they achieve if they do what you're offering? And put your call to action in. Your classic call to actions: like, comment, and share. Follow for more. Link in wherever the link is, wherever you're putting it, usually in a bio. In Instagram, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but in Instagram it's in a bio, but the link you can put in Facebook. Subscribe to the newsletter. Would you like a recipe every week? Subscribe to my newsletter. Offer them something. Ask a question, because then the person who kind of goes, yeah, I'd like that recipe, they will then subscribe to your newsletter. So you're not grasping after your clients are attracted to you. Buy now. I generally never use buy now. I can often say join now or sign up now, but I generally don't say buy now. But this is a classic call to actions. Pictures of cats. We're coming kind of close enough now to the kind of miscellaneous few slides. Pictures of cats. The internet is full of images and pictures of cats. And it's fine to post pictures of cats and whatever floats your boat. If that's cats or flowers or the fried egg you have for dinner, hunky-dory, post that into social media if you like. But you have to say why. You have to almost use that same structure of why you're posting it. What does it mean to you? So, for example, if I'm posting a picture of my breakfast, which I incidentally never do, but for an example, I'm picturing my avocado on toast with an egg. I'm kind of like, I might say, I might ask a question. What's your favorite breakfast? This is mine because avocado is great for the liver. Eggs are great for Jing. I will give it, and if you'd like to feel more, if you'd like to do something with the liver or you'd like to build energy, then eat some avocados. I'm making that up off the top of my head. I probably would never post that. But what I'm trying to give you the reference is, why are you posting it? If it's a picture of your cat, you might say, do you love cats? Cats for me bring me a great stress relief. I love to have them in my life. Stroking them and feeling their touch brings me a great sense of calm and relief. What brings you calm and relief? You can engage with your community, or you could say, shiatsu, this feeling of touch also brings me great calm and relief. If you'd like to know more about how this would work for you, message me. So again, you are saying why you're posting it and how it makes you feel. You're being open, you're being vulnerable. It's part of the know, like, and trust. The know, like, and trust is your brand. And sometimes when we use words like brand awareness, it sounds like, oh, well, I'm not a big corporate person, but brand is who you are. You are your brand, especially if you're a shiatsu practitioner. You're probably self-employed. You are your brand. So if you're sharing a picture of a cat, you have to say why that is in your brand. What does it mean to you? How does it rock your world and light your fire? Because other people will want to know that, and they will want to know how they can rock their world and light their fire. Your shiatsu practice is more than a business. It is you. And social media is about how you show up in the world. How does your practice show up in the world? So things to know. So I've talked about how you create a post. You know, you use the graphic, and you could see when I had that graphic, let me just go back to that graphic. Okay, you can see this graphic here, touch has a memory, but I haven't actually talked about the picture with the words. But you can get the idea that, okay, that John can't sleep. Oh, this must be something to do with touch and sleep. So can you see how you can actually move and use images that they don't have to be exactly what they're saying? You can use a lovely image like this, which is quite generic, but you can use it to change, to actually link with your business and what you want to say. Pictures of cats, things to know about Facebook. So in Facebook, when you're making a post, you can put a direct link into a Facebook post, and it will absolutely, people can click on that and they can go to your website. They can go to your whatever it is, whatever offer you have, they can click that link. And make sure that you comment on other people's posts. Whenever you have posted something yourself, always go to the home button and go and look at everything that's turning up on your feed. If you're using Facebook, you need to be part of the community. You need to show up and be part of Facebook. If you don't want to, that's hunky-dory, but you won't get the same return.
Facebook and Instagram and all social media is a community. And if you can think about it like that, then whatever you're giving, you'll also receive.
So make sure to
Comment on other people's posts, especially after you've just posted. Spend 5 minutes just clicking around.
see what's out there. Something will float your boat. I'm always kind of going, wow, that's lovely. Wow, that's amazing. You know, support other people, especially support other shiatsu people. Reels and videos are really easy to get high views on Facebook. Now, I'm not going to show you how to make a reel or a video because that would take a whole workshop in itself. What I'm here to do is show you how to use those images. If people kind of email and there is a desire for that, but there's lots of people out there, and I'm going to show you links at the end on the last slide, that if that's what you want to do, you really want to take Facebook further, I've got people that you could like and follow, and they will teach you how to do the reels much better than I would, because remember, I'm a shiatsu practitioner. Oh, big thing. Like, if you're going around Facebook, don't just give a thumbs up. Give a bleeding heart. Put the heart out there. Facebook loves it when you love things. And Facebook loves posts that have love on them. Why, if you're going to click something, why not love it? Why just like it? So, always reply to your comments. If people comment on your post, always click a love and reply to them. Really, it's a community and it's only polite, and it will really shoot your algorithm up. And always comment when people share your posts. They have done wonders for you. They have loved your stuff enough that they have shared what you have offered. And that is something really to say thank you for. So always when people share your posts, give that a love where they've shared it and comment, thank you for sharing, or whatever it is you want to comment. But really, Facebook will love you for it. The people who've shared your post will appreciate it. And it's just very good manners. Things to know about Instagram. You cannot put clickable links into posts on Instagram. And I see this a lot. You cannot put clickable posts. So what you have to do, let's see if I can open up Instagram and show you here. So this is my Instagram. That's my Instagram there. Okay. In fact, I think actually I'll stop the share at this point so that actually you can see. There's Dawn Cartwright.
Okay, so this is my Instagram feed. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my feed. So as you can see, that is my feed. And this here is my bio. And can you see there? I've got clickable links there. So link in the bio, click that. Click. And it's come up with 4 links.
Can you see? And my links are all the free stuff. Free Stop Sweet Cravings mini ebook, free Qigong class, and a retreat. I know it's all reversed, but you get the hang of it. So make sure
that you fill in your bio correctly on Instagram. So your bio only has a certain amount of characters. And so what you don't do is you don't put your name here. You put what it is you do. Here's my name there. Don't repeat it there. You've got very few characters. There's no point. Mine says, Chi Flow with Joe. And then it says, feel fabulous with Chinese medicine, diet, acupressure, and Qigong.
So again, I'm giving them the solution. I'm telling them what I'm going to do for them. I'm going to get them feeling fabulous. How? With Qigong, acupressure.
So my actual bio is Chi Flow with Joe, energy for you.
So it's telling people right up front, what am I doing? It's not my name again. I see that quite a lot on Instagram.
You've already got your name up here, and then your name is down here. It doesn't have to be your name. Put your what it is you do, and make sure you've got your links.
that is where people go on Instagram to click on your link. So whenever you say link in bio, that's what that is. Let's go back to the share. So Instagram, you cannot use clickable links in your posts. So there's no point in even putting it, because people will start trying to click the link in your post, and then they'll just be frustrated. They can't get anywhere. Send them to the bio. And that just means that they have to click on the little circle picture of you and they'll go to the bio. So with that bio, you've seen those four links. You can put all your links in there, which is really brilliant. That's a new thing with Instagram. Instagram, it just used to be one link. So I used to have a landing page with that one link that everything went to. Let's see if I can show you that. No, we're just going to go back to that, because I don't have the other one. So make sure you've got your landing page on your website. My landing page has got kind of all my freebies and offers, everything on it. Or you can set up Linktree. Now, this is a free landing page, which is
easy to use, and you can it's free, and you can have lots of links. But since Instagram introduced those full links onto its bio, Linktree isn't really that necessary, and it only did that a couple of weeks ago.
Stories on Instagram, that's your interesting thing. So you know what your story is on Instagram. So your story on Instagram is
those little circles here. That is your story. So if I go to my story, you can see that there is a free class link. You can actually put links in your story, and that is the benefit of these stories in Instagram.
So what about creating a story? So this is the other thing that you got in your social media pack. You got the vertical. You got the vertical images, and they are for making stories. So you can put music with this, and you can put a link, because what you're doing here is you're affiliating yourself with a large shiatsu group, and that is going to help your know, like, and trust. Oh, look, I've even written bullet points here. So add your music. They are super quick and easy. They only last for 24 hours, so you can just keep them rolling. They really only take a minute to put up. You know, you add your story and you add a little bit of music, and then you can just post. Make sure you put your link on the story. Reels are rocking it. So yes, I know, Dawn, that you were interested in knowing how to make the reel, but you can follow the same structure. Okay,
I would say you want to keep your reels or your videos
for a minute, because Instagram and Facebook don't post reels that are over a minute. You can do longer ones, but then they become a video. Also, YouTube is very good for YouTube Shorts. They're really promoting those at the minute. So it's worth doing those kind of reels, because they're really getting pushed by Facebook at the moment. So, but you follow the same structure. You are answering a question, you're giving a qualification, and then the solution and the result. So, you know, I just did one, the Buddhist triangle. Are you suffering with anxiety? Then I've got 3 points for you that will help to boost your mood, help you sleep, and breathe better. I'm Joanne Faulkner. I'm a shiatsu practitioner. And then I show them the point, and I will say this will help you sleep better. So I'm solving their problem, and I will say, you know, you'll feel refreshed, and I will give them their desired outcome. So you're following the same structure. You're following the question, the problem solve, and the desired outcome. And you can put them in your stories with a clickable link directly where you want them to visit. So just imagine you're talking to your best friend or a client that you had last week. You're making a video specifically for that client. And the last thing really is about creating community. the algorithm on both Instagram and Facebook supports community. So don't think of it as a big, it's kind of like with our mind, we create the world. So how do you want to see? How do you want to perceive social media? Do you want to perceive it as a big baddie, something that you have to kind of like use the system? I prefer it to see it as a wonderful community. Yes, it's not all sweetness and roses, but it's a community. Use it as a community. And the algorithm itself supports good users, which means that you have to, never mind the liking, you have to love and comment on other people's posts. Spend 5 minutes a day visiting and commenting other people's posts. Always respond to the comments and create questions for your community because you're genuinely interested. So add a question into your story, add a poll. Don't worry if you only get kind of 3 responses. Imagine this is just such a wonderful platform. And like I say, the numbers don't matter anymore. You're actually connecting. And if you connect with 5 people or 10 people, that's a really amazing opportunity that you can actually change people's lives. And we can do that using social media. So I said I would come to helpful people. So people I think that will have really helped me. First of all, Sam Barefoot. So she's at Sam Barefoot. She's a social media manager, and I actually did pay her, and she was a coach for me for a while, for about kind of 8 months, and really helped me launch an online course and learn how to launch an online course, how to structure it. She is great, but she gives a lot of her stuff away for free. How to make reels, all the tips and the tricks. Really go and follow her, follow Sam Barefoot. If this is your jam and you want to learn more, go follow these people. Rachel Peterson, oh man, she's massive and she gives so much stuff away. She is a social media manager. She's from the States. And she is really quite inspirational. She had a nervous breakdown in the middle of the launch of her book, and it was all really online, and you knew something was kind of not right, and it was all kind of coming to pieces. But she really shared her process, and I'm full of admiration for her, and she's very generous with what she shares. But there's no judgment as to whether maybe she shares too much, maybe she doesn't. It's not really my business. That's her journey and her process. But I love what she shares, and yeah, follow her. I like her. Kelly Monks is a star. Kelly Monks works with me a lot with my website. She designs websites mainly for shiatsu practitioners and wellness practitioners. I know she's just done one for somebody who does sound healing. So she's really got that kind of vibe about her. And she created the web page that you saw, that you came and clicked on. She set up the automation that gave you when you entered your email, it was an automatic process that sent you out the email with the graphics. She designed all the graphics. She set the automation up. She set up all the other automations of the emails. So if you want somebody to help you maybe restructure your website and work out automations to make social media, you remember I said about those links on your website. So the lead magnets that I give away to gather those email lists always have an automated email, a thank you, because actually those thank yous usually mean that people buy my books. They usually don't go away without something. So Kelly Monks, I would really recommend if you want your website updated, if you want help with social media and everything in between. Like I say, lead magnet. What's a lead magnet? A magnet obviously is something that draws something to you, and a lead is just their email. So it draws their email to you. And like I say, having an email list is something really to think about. And she can help set that up. Alex at Digitastic, she does some really great offers about how to structure your workflows. So once you're in social media, those things, what are you getting people to do? You're getting them to book a treatment, maybe give them your email. Well, all of those things at the back end need sorting out. So before you even start with social media, you need to think about the back end, that end game first. So digitastic, so you can actually go and follow those people. So what are the key takeaways this evening? Get clear, get still, so that you can attract, you can be the honey that attracts everything to you. You are the magnet, so that you're not exhausted feeling like you're second guessing and having to chase everything. Make content that makes a difference. And then you don't care whether anybody liked it, followed it, did anything. You've made something that you really like, that you're really proud of, that you're solving problems, and you are making the internet a better place, one post at a time. Solve problems, there you go. And convert. Remember that eco spa that I would have really liked to have gone to, but I didn't have time to go searching for their link because I had this presentation to give. So, and now it's lost in the ethers of social media. Get your links clear, get your call to action clear, and make and expand a community. Oh, because I missed a slide. If we all did one thing for the Shiatsu Without Borders month, which was to change your Facebook header. In that graphics pack, the third one that you got are these landscape ones, and they're for the header on your Facebook page or your Facebook profile. If we all did that, what a community, what a powerful community we would really show ourselves to be. And even if what I would recommend doing with Facebook headers, change them every week, change them every month, because they are front and center of your business. And by using these Shiatsu Federation headers, you are aligning yourself to a bigger brand. You are already saying, I can be trusted. Okay, so those are the 3 images that you received in your graphics pack. And if we all did that, whoop, what an amazing community. And I just think Shiatsu as a community is growing and growing, expanding and expanding. So now it is time for Q&A. So I will stop the share and I will go to gallery view, and I will also unmute everybody. Don't all shout at once because I'm wearing headphones. Full screen. Hello. Okay, so if you have a question, I would recommend either unmuting yourself, but if 2 of you talk at once, maybe raise a hand. I'll also go into the chat, but does anybody have a burning question before they forget it, before I go and have a look in the chat?
Yes, what's a Facebook header, please?
So a Facebook header is, so this is my home feed. Okay, can you see that? I've got my home feed, but you have a profile.
Yeah.
And can you see that big wide thing behind my picture?
Yes.
That's a header.
Thank you very much.
Header.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And you can change that. It's really easy
To change it, you can see the little buttons here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it will just say
upload photo, and we've given you 8. So you can change them around. You can change them around. And remember, when you change the Facebook header, that goes automatically into the feed. And Facebook really likes you changing headers. It will show people your new header. Even if it doesn't show people your posts, it will show them your new header. So that's a really good way to get visible, is to change your header.
Even though it states that it's the ESF.
Well, yeah, it states it's the ESF, but it doesn't really state it that big. It's kind of, I think, really, Let me see if I can, you know, a lot of the pictures really are about touch and their hands. But what you could do is you can go into Canva and you can create your own. I mean, that's another workshop. Oh my goodness me, we could do a whole Canva workshop on how to create images, but we've already been here an hour. So you can see, unfortunately, Dawn, that's why I wasn't going to do reels, because I knew it was going to be kind of enough. But I would say go and follow Sam if you want to learn reels. But Jan, does that sort you out with your header?
That sorts me out completely. Thank you very much.
You're
You've been
welcome.
amazing.
Oh, good, good. So let's have a look in the chat. Let's go through this. Okay, Peter, excellent point about using Google to research what potential customers are interested in. Brilliant. Because I'm not saying that you go and copy somebody else's posts. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it really gives you an insight into what people are asking and how they're thinking. Oh, Gail, I'm glad you liked that. I'm glad you found it interesting. Bonsoir. Oh dear, I'm going to have. Could someone translate that from for me? In the chat, if somebody could translate. Does it have a translate button there? No, it has. No translate in the chat, unfortunately. S'il vous plaît, I know so you're asking something very politely, but unfortunately, I
Oui,
don't know
moi
what.
je peux traduire, mais j'arrive pas à voir les commentaires. I can't translate, but I can't see the comments anymore. I don't know why.
Oh,
Hello, Joanne. Hello, everyone.
hello, dear, hello. Oh, it's a direct message. Oh, well, doubly, Maryline or Marilyn. It's doubly difficult to ask you because you've asked me directly and not into the chat. So we'll come back to that one if we can. Peter, I've posted a cat picture. That's very honest of you. Very good. And there's nothing wrong with cat pictures, but hopefully I've given you some how to actually kind of present your cat pictures. Why are you posting the cat? What does it do for you? How does it make your life better by posting that cat picture? Love the clarity. Brilliant, Dawn. Brilliant. Oh, Wendy, these are gold nuggets. Fantastic. My cat post was linked in the in the meridians, meowdians. Brilliant. Now, oh, is my mic still muffled? I think it's okay. Yes, please, for how to make a reel. Thank you, Joanne. Good evening, everybody. Can you say a little bit more about how you set up your membership platform? Yes, I could. How did I set up a membership platform? First of all, you need a website. Second of all, you need that to be an e-commerce website. So you need to have an ability on your website to take payments. Okay. Now, I don't know what it's like in your country, but here in Ireland, especially over the pandemic, the government gave, if you are a small business, they will give you money to change your website from a brochure website, which just says what you do, to an e-commerce website. So I would really recommend changing if you want to move with the shiatsu and make your shiatsu more accessible online, then you need an e-commerce website. You need to be, then people can actually book and join my membership platform. So I have a special plugin that works. As you can see, Kelly Monks did a lot of my membership setup. Okay, so I am a shiatsu practitioner. And I can use a website and I can use social media and I can change things, but I can't set up my membership. But the way my membership works is, maybe this is what you wanted to know, is the last 5 days of every month, the doors open. And you might always see my social media really picks up for the last 2 weeks of the month. And I am really pushing people to kind of go, try Qigong, try it. See, and I offer a free class, is the last day of the month. And people sign up for that free class and they enter their email and then they are sent the Zoom link, a little bit like today. And then if they choose to join, they're given a product link, and that's on the website. I feel like I'm waffling a little bit now. That's
No.
Peter,
No.
if you ask me directly, what would you like to know?
No, that is very helpful. Thank you, Joanne. Just knowing what you use it for, how you've constructed it, and the point about it being a commercial
Yes, our
platform
comments.
is in itself just singularly helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Could,
You're
could,
welcome.
could I add to that, Joe?
Oh, there is Kelly Monks, who did
Hello.
my
Hi.
membership platform.
Yeah.
I asked Kelly to jump on if she was around later on, that she might have some answers. Go, Kelly.
Yeah, just regarding the membership platform for anyone who has a WordPress site, it depending on how complex you want to use it, there's lots of free ways you can actually set up membership, link it to WooCommerce so that it does, you can have paid and free membership, and then you can have hidden areas for members only on your site, quite simply and quite inexpensively on an ongoing basis, unless you have a super complex tiered membership system. So what Joe uses is a plugin that links to her members called WP Membership Pro. So just so that you can have a look at that, it's one of the WordPress.org plugins that people can have a look at. So there you go.
Thanks, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah,
Thanks.
and you're welcome, Peter. And have a look at the website and see. You can always email me, Wendy. You're the boost. Oh, you're very sweet that Shiatsu needs to spread the word. Well, we all now know how to spread the word. That's the point. Kelly designed those graphics. Me and Kelly had this idea, took it to the ESF, you know, and now you have the graphics that you can actually use. And don't worry that they say ESF on them. That was the point of me showing you how to make a post that doesn't have to completely respond to the image of the ESF. You know, I said John finds it difficult to sleep, yet the image is a beautiful image of touch. So you get the idea that this shiatsu image, but you can talk about that in relation to solving somebody's problems. Okay, so don't worry that they've got lots of ESF branding on it. I think that really only helps give them more credibility. Oh dear, did you get any
Yes.
translation?
No, I don't see it in the flow.
Okay.
So because the message was sent to you directly, I don't see it. But if the
Okay.
person who asked the question wants to share it with everyone, then I'll be able to translate it.
Yeah, let me see. Marilyn. Anyway, if you want to come on, let's have a look here. Bertrand, can you say a little more about membership? I'm just going through the questions. Greg, this has been so helpful. Apologies, have to go. No worries. Everybody will get this recording. What's a header? Jan, I answered that one. Were the graphics pack sent with the Zoom link emailed? Yes, they were. Oh, look, Kelly's answered that. Oh, fantastic, Kelly. Thank you. What do you use to send out emails, Joanne? MailChimp used to be the best, but that's old hat now. I think so. Yes, I don't use MailChimp. I use MailerLite, MailerLite. It's a really easy system. It's free, I think, for your first 1,000. Kelly, is it 1,000 or 500? Do you remember?
It's 1,000.
It's 1,000.
Up to 1,000.
Up to 1,000. It's free. And I really like it because you can add a lot of nice images. It's really easy to use, super easy to use. You can also set up automations, which means that if people join your mailing list, they automatically get a thank you email. So it's really easy to use. And like I say, it's free for the first 1,000 people. So that's what I use. How about paying to boost posts? Well, you know what? All my stuff is done organically. I haven't paid for advertising since pre-COVID. And I was just, oh man, I really didn't like social media, but I knew that it was what I had to do. And COVID really pushed me into wanting to communicate. And social media had to be that way of communication. I really wanted to connect with my clients. and communicate and really help people. And so I just had to get over myself and work out how to use social media. And I didn't pay for an advert after that. I've never paid. Now I will be paying, because hopefully I'll be getting a bit more funding to do a new part to the website, which is very exciting. Me and Kelly are developing something, a podcast for next year. But I don't pay for adverts. Everything is organic, and I get, I mean, I get more money than I would have ever dreamt of earning with Shiatsu now after getting social media. And I know the money isn't where it's at, but I tell you what, once that's gone out of the picture, you can just do what you love, which is Shiatsu, and make posts and videos, and, you know, it's all got that good circle. So I don't boost posts and I don't pay for them. I just think good posts, people will share. And it's when you get people to share your posts that they get much more visible. So that can be a call to action. Please share this post. If you know somebody else who can't sleep, share this post. Okay. Does it send it to everyone on your list? Great presentation. Thank you, Patricia. Fiona, it's been really helpful. Using Buffer is another great tool to multi-port and schedule. Could be, yeah. I use Facebook itself. If I want to schedule posts, I just use the scheduler on Facebook. Julie, thank you so much for your help, advice, and enthusiasm. Very much appreciated. All the best. Emma, thanks so much. Regarding putting the link in the bio for Instagram. Oh, hang on, let's just flick. Oh, people are posting more. I can't read. Regarding putting the link in bio for Instagram, I post on Insta and it goes over to my Facebook. So I should link in the bio and also have the live link for Facebook. Do you know what I do? I separate them out. It's so much easier. You can schedule your you just go into your Facebook. It gets a bit confusing. You can have a profile and a page. Okay. And I have both. You cannot schedule on the profile because the profile is really not supposed to be used for business or stuff. It's your page that is the business, and it's the page that then you use to schedule. And you can link Facebook and Instagram now. But really, when I'm posting on a daily basis, I just have it on my phone and I copy and I paste it over. I take out the link and I put link in bio and I post it in there. And then that's simple and easy as, but they do have to be two separate posts. So it's not good to just click it seems really easy, share to Facebook, tick. No, because you will not be sharing the link, or if you're posting to Instagram, you will be sharing a link that people can't use. So do you get me? Is that clear? Okay, it's great. Everybody's muted, so I'm presuming that's a yes. So another useful class. Yes, good. Another useful class would be about SEO for the website. Yes, wouldn't it? But do remember, I am a Shiatsu practitioner. So we might, but you know what? We could, if there's enough demand, because what I did also suggest to the ESF was that Kelly gave some workshops and that Kelly did the SEO and that Kelly showed you, because I'm a Shiatsu practitioner and I love social media, but she's the tech end. So, you know, if there's enough support, then we'll get the ESF to fund Kelly to do some SEO and maybe even kind of making reels and things like that. Do you find Facebook or Insta most useful? Interesting. And it's also really interesting that I would recommend that you put up analytics on your website. It's really easy and simple to do. And if you go into your analytics, it will say traffic, and you can go to channels. And when you look at channels, it will show you exactly how many people are coming from Facebook, how many people are coming from Instagram, and how many people are coming from TikTok. And I do like the study that shows that when when things are being studied, they improve. So I figure just by going to Google Analytics, my analytics are getting better just by the fact I'm looking at them. So what it says to me is that Facebook, because my demographic is women who are between 45 and 75, they hang out predominantly on Facebook. So I would roughly get most of my traction through Facebook. I think, I mean, I did look at the figures. What did I look at? What did I see today? I think in the last 2 weeks, I had something like 900 visits to the website from Facebook and maybe 500 from Instagram. And I could see also my Instagram stories did really well this month as well, because they've got plenty of links on them. So it's worth setting up analytics on your website so that you can actually see and you can work out your demographic. You know, the analytics is free and it'll show you exactly who's interested in your stuff. So I actually find Facebook the most useful. I like Facebook the best. I find Instagram a little bit too, personally, a little bit too sugary sweet. It's lots of very curated images, whereas Facebook, there's a lot of other shiatsu practitioners and there's a lot of shiatsu community happening on Facebook. So I find that Facebook is the place for me. Trish, thank you so much. You're so clear. Yay. Trish is another Irish shiatsu practitioner. Karina, we're getting through them and then we'll almost go. Thanks, Joanne. This has inspired me to go for it and engage more with social media. And I felt such a resistance too. Yeah, my sister, Karina, sister. Yeah, absolutely. Isabel, thanks for your time and sharing. Kyriaki, thank you so very much. Very inspiring and helpful. Thanks. Lots of thanks. Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome. It's a flow because I love it. So find what you love, find the people you love to treat and treat them. Okay, treat them with social media, solve their problems and help them. All right, unless there's any other questions, I think it's been an hour and a quarter. I thought it would be about an hour and a quarter. So I think it's time to pootle off, go and have my cup of tea. It's been so lovely meeting you all. I've really a pleasure and I'm so grateful you all turned up and I look forward to really engaging with you more on Facebook and Instagram. Take it easy, sending you lots of chi and the recording will get to you tomorrow. Cheerio.
Likewise. Thank you.